Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Lepow 15.6-inch 1080p portable monitor. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. If you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is the Lepow Z1 series. It's a Type-C portable display. Let's get this open. Okay, so here we have a screen protector. Here's the monitor. Let me look at the accessories first before I pull that out. Here we have a power adapter. So this has USB-A port on it. It's 5 volts at 2 amps. Here we have a USB-A to USB Type-C cable. This is a mini HDMI to HDMI cable. Here we have a kit for the screen protector. There's a user guide. And this is a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. So let's pull the monitor out. Here it is. So it seems almost like a large tablet. Here's the screen. Then this is magnetic to attach to the back. So this can be adjusted here, like so. So you can change the viewing angle. Then you can also take this off completely. So for ports, we have mini HDMI and USB Type-C, headphone out. Here's a speaker. On the other side, we have a speaker, USB Type-C. We have a control and a power button. So this is made of metal. It feels very nice. It feels very quality, very premium. So let's take a quick look at the user guide. So this talks about everything included, talks about the ports. So the USB Type-C port on the left side can be used for power or for audio video. And then the port on the right side is for the power supply only. So this can be powered by whatever device you plug it into if it can supply power to a monitor like this. Otherwise, you plug in the external power brick, and I'll go over that. Then it has that control, it calls it the roll key. You press it to enter the on-screen display. Then if you want to adjust the brightness or the volume, while nothing's up on the screen, you can press up to adjust the brightness. So you press it up once, it puts on the brightness control, and then you can press it up or down while the control's on the screen to adjust the brightness. And same with the volume. While nothing's on the screen, you press it down once, it opens up the volume menu, and then you can move it up or down to adjust the volume. Then we have the power button. You press it for 3 seconds to turn it on or off. While it's on the on-screen display, you can press that power button. It's a return button or a back button. So this does not have a built-in battery. It requires a power source of 5 volts 2 amps or above. So you first want to connect your monitor to the power supply. So you can connect this up with the power supply it came with or without a power supply if your Type-C port will supply it. Let's see if I can get a little better image there. So here's an example. We have an Apple computer. This would be like a MacBook. You can connect to the display using Type-C. It says if you want to adjust the brightness and volume above 30%, please make sure the external power supply of 5 volts 2 amps or above can be connected. Here's a PC laptop with HDMI. So they're showing it being powered by external power here, or you can plug both into your computer. Here we have a phone. So if your phone has Type-C out and can support video out, you can use that. So if your phone can power it, it will power the display. If you plug power into the display, it will charge your phone. And your phone does have to support that. And here we're showing other devices, gaming systems, media systems. This talks about the computer settings, on-screen display function. So this is pretty standard stuff here, and I'll run through this quick. This shows the 2 monitor positions, and here we have the specs. So I'll go over a couple of these. This is an IPS or in-plane switching screen. It's 1080p. Contrast ratio is 1000:1. Speakers are 1 watt each. And this gives models of phones that would support the video out. Now, this isn't going to be a comprehensive list because these could change. So you want to research your specific phone or device. And here we have laptops. I'm guessing every laptop with HDMI would work with this. This also comes with this frequently asked question guide, and it talks about how to connect it into different devices. Like here's a regular iPad, you need a lightning to HDMI adapter, things like that. Okay, let's take a look at it. So we do have this protective film that came over it. I'll peel this off. So in the manual there, when they put it on this second groove, they folded that in like that. That'll probably make it a little more stable so it doesn't slide forward. Now I really like this detail here. It looks like they finished this aluminum in black and then machined it afterwards so you can see that machined surface. Gives it a really nice look. So let's get some things connected to this. So we have power brick, USB, plug that in. Now power is on the side with the controls, so I'll plug this in there. Okay, we see the screen, and now I'll connect this up to something. I have the mini HDMI cable, I'll plug that in, and I'll plug that into my MacBook. Okay, so it's connected up. So I'm going to turn the brightness up, so I'll go to the control here and I'll press up. So it's on 30, and 30 is kind of the mode it uses when it's powered by the device. So now I have it at 100%. I'm going to mirror my display, so it looks super sharp right now. Let's get some pictures on here. So these look very nice. They're very sharp. I like the matte finish on this screen. It doesn't have a lot of glare. Let's try a video. Now the audio is coming through my laptop. I'm going to go up to my sound settings and change it to HDMI. Now it's coming through the monitor. Oops. And I'll press down to turn up the volume. To pull that up, and then I'll press up to turn it up. So that looks very nice. Now the sound isn't super loud, so if they're loud enough for you, it will depend on what you're doing, but you can hook external speakers up to this. You can oftentimes hook Bluetooth speakers up to whatever device you're feeding this with. So this doesn't support Bluetooth, but like your computer, your media stick, your video game system might support that. So there are other options for getting audio if these speakers aren't loud enough. Now on my laptop, I can use my laptop speakers. So I'll unplug that. So that was an HDMI connection. So you could use this to hook up a Blu-ray player, video game system, computer. Lots of things will connect using this. Next, we'll connect up a Nintendo Switch. Now, Nintendo Switch, this is the full version. The Lite will not work with this, but the full version has USB Type-C on here. So I'm going to use that included USB Type-C cable. I'll plug it in the bottom here, and then I'll plug this into the monitor. Okay, so that's plugged in. I'll wait a second. It should come up on here. There we go. So now on this switch, it's sending the video from the switch to the display over that USB-C. Now, if we look up here, there's not a little lightning bolt on the battery, so this does not seem to have enough power to charge it. So you want to charge up your switch before you do this. We can go into here. Okay, there's a sampling of some gameplay there. So the way we hook this up with a USB Type-C is similar to how you could hook this up to a MacBook or a Windows PC that has USB-C that supports video out. So this is a great way to add a second monitor to a MacBook, and your MacBook could also power this so long as you have that display at 30% or less. Otherwise, you need to put a power supply on it. Here I have an iPad Air 4th gen, has USB-C out. So a lot of the older iPads had Lightning out. This one you can directly plug USB Type-C into it. So I'll plug this in. And here we have the monitor up here. If I turn it sideways, you can see it there. So if you're giving a presentation, it's an easy way to add a monitor to your iPad. So here I have Disney Plus. Now I'm going to try and play something here. And that does appear to be working. I don't know if there are limitations with USB Type-C video output on an iPad as far as copy protection, but I did blur that out for this video because I don't own that content. Let me try Netflix here. Okay, so that worked with Netflix too. So it looks like it's not limited by copy protection. So if you had this in an RV or something, you could connect your iPad up to it with USB-C and you could send video to this larger screen. Now, if you're using a Lightning adapter, from my experience, that doesn't work. I could be wrong, but typically you can't stream Netflix or Disney Plus through Lightning. Now you can with YouTube, but that would also work for presentations and things like that. So finally, I have a media stick here. It's a Fire TV. I think it's a Max or something. Now this will not plug into it because it has full-size HDMI, and this requires mini HDMI, but what you can use is one of these adapters. It has full HDMI to mini HDMI. We can plug this in the side here. Now by doing that, we've essentially turned this into like a smart TV. So when you're done using this, we'll unplug that power. We can take this here, fold it up, and we're ready to transport this. So let's take a quick look at those on-screen controls. I'll press in on the roll switch here. So here we have brightness, contrast, black level sharpness, eco, DCR aspect, color temp, red, green, blue, on-screen display, reset, mute volume, signal source, low blue light, and HDR mode. So this has the standard controls you would expect on any monitor. Now you can put two inputs on this at the same time, and we just press the power button and it brings up the source here, and I can switch it between Type-C and HDMI using the roll switch. So that's the Lepow 1080p portable monitor. I really like the build quality of this. It's metal, it feels really nice. It's super easy to use, it's very efficient. If you're running a trade show, putting this in your RV, taking it to a meeting, it's very efficient. You could run this off a battery easily. It's also very portable. When I'm done with it, I'll unplug all of this, and then I can fold this up. It's very compact and it's protected by that case. And the really nice thing is if you're using those modern devices with the USB Type-C, you could actually power this monitor with the device itself and don't have to have an external power supply. And that makes it very convenient. So here's a quick example of powering this with the device. So we have the iPad Air powering the monitor. Nothing else is plugged into the monitor. Now this will drain your battery in your portable device a little faster, so you'll need to take that into account if you're using it in this configuration. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.